I mean, gotta be another reason. Can't just be that you suck.
I think I got outscaled by Kane, and I got really super fucking fed, and I couldn't close out the game. Like I didn't know how, or I wasn't doing the things in order to end the game
Okay.
with the lead I had. If that makes any sense?
All right. Do you like typically do the same stuff every game, or like what is your early game looking
No,
like this game?
I tried to.
Like what do you think about when you load into this game?
Uh, I know. I start top. I think to go gank bot because I have a pike and it's a lot of like gank setups and
Yeah.
everything. But I think I end up doing the opposite because if you start opposite side of Kane, you're kind of doomed.
Right.
So I think I end up starting blue and just ganking top, I think, or something.
Okay. I mean, that's not necessarily bad. I think you have a lot of options this game. I think the only lane you can't really go to is mid, but Evelyn's actually really good at ganking Vladimir because they will you W them and then when they pool, like as they're coming out, if you throw your Q, you can like time it where like they
Hmm.
get charmed right when they come out of pool. I do it all the time when I play Evelynn. So I think like a lot of people see Vladimir and they're like, oh, he's just gonna pool my charm, but you can actually gank it pretty easily. I think so. I don't think ganking top is bad this game. How many games would you say you have on Evelynn?
Um, I don't know, man. Honestly, I wish I wasn't so toxic so I could know, but
Right.
maybe 500 because I played a shit ton of Vanguard before playing anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my clear is so bad, huh?
Mm, it's not that bad.
Like,
It's good. Just responding to plays.
oof, he dies anyways, but I
Yeah.
think I end up dying here.
Oh yeah. No way you live.
I think I should have just ran right after I got the kill and not miss my first Q.
Well, okay. I mean, the way to not miss this first Q is to not throw it. Like,
Yes, press E, I guess, or something.
like if you
Yeah.
can eat them, you pretty much always want to do it. Because honestly, you,
Was I even in range? Like, do I not know the champ?
I mean, you weren't, you like kind of rushed it for no reason, right? Like you don't have to
Yeah,
charm
I
him.
pressed W too early, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Is
you probably could have got vision.
sorry. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, this is like very minimal. I wouldn't really, unless it's something that you consistently do. Yeah, doing the flash Q thing is like
I mean,
super risky.
yeah.
That's fine
I
though.
want your coaching for the minimal stuff too.
Okay, so here, you have 1,000 gold, and what you can do is a couple different things. You go into
I usually do stalkers and
here.
I
Actually,
know sometimes you go like boots, all that weird stuff.
yeah.
I do it in my recent games. If you go and regulate 1v9, I do it. Or even on the I think I do the weird stuff that you do with the early backs on Eve,
Mm-hmm.
especially. Do I do it or it's not what you're talking about?
I haven't seen enough of your games. You pretty much always want to try to do it.
Oh, really? It's that good?
Yeah, like uh, you clear your camps like pretty fast anyway. And the thing is, if you buy boots, like not only can you get to your camps faster, but like
It's easier to land charms and stuff, I
yeah, like
guess.
even in this scenario that you are ganking top in, like if you have, obviously you cannot have boots yet, right? But a
Yeah.
scenario like this, like you might be able to walk up and get your E, right? Stuff like that, because most people don't have boots early game.
Hmm.
Just in general, like boots are like super fucking useful. The early,
And the earlier you have
yeah,
it, like the more value you get
exactly,
out of it.
exactly. Um,
I mean, it makes sense for sure.
yeah, so like I typically try to buy basically just any combination. Honestly, I've actually been doing well, I've been trying to get like this new clear to work where I start birds, and then I do red, and then I do golems, and then I recall and buy machete, and then I recall, and then I go to blue side jungle, and I like take the crab, and then I clear all the way back up, and by the time I get to my birds, they've respawned already. So it's like a really fast way to farm.
Hmm.
Um, but like
I
in
think
that,
you just did that in one of your earlier
yeah,
games,
when I was
right?
streaming, yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying to do
yeah.
it, but like things kept happening in the early game. But in that example, like I would buy a machete over a dark seal because like I know I'm farming for that route specifically. But I think in general, like you shouldn't force the Stalker's Blade, and it looks like you're doing it differently, so that's good. Um, but I know like a lot of times, like I'll see people play Evelynn, and they'll just like first back Stalker's Blade only, like a lot of the time, and it's pretty bad.
Like here, I could have done it on
You
that
could have
game.
bought Stalker's Blade right here. You could have bought Stalker's Blade and like uh Fiendish Codex, but you like bought the
Dark Sun?
you bought like Dark Seal and Boots or like Dark Seal and Amtome. It's just better than buying the Codex. You just get way more effectiveness out of it. Plus, you like Dark Seal is like a core item on Evelynn. Honestly, you should be buying it
Yeah,
every single
yeah,
game. So
yeah.
yeah,
I do.
like this game, I guess it's not bad. But you probably could have bought like Boots.
I think Boots is way better here, especially against Kane. And I just died, and I was covering a lot of dead
Yeah, you could
space
buy
coming
like
from
you could buy
base.
Boots, Dark Seal, and Machete right here, and it'd be better than Blue Smite in my opinion.
I agree with you.
Yeah, this is a pretty good play. Oh, Pike fucked it up. Oh
How
my
come
god,
he
what the
showed
fuck?
too early?
Well, he just like fucking missed everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean this is fine. Like, I mean just from watching like literally the first 3 minutes of the game or 4 minutes, you seem to be like aware of like what people are doing, and like you're not just like tunneling on your camps, which is good because a lot of people
Mhm.
like
Oh, I press my F keys all the time.
yeah, it's already extremely noticeable. I coach people all the time, and it just this isn't like already what you're doing is showing that you're like not like a shit player, so that's really good because you're actually paying attention to stuff. Like you didn't go to golems, you went to the top play, stuff like that.
I think one of my biggest issues is I'm really inconsistent, and like when it comes to climbing, and like there's days I play much better. I don't know.
Mm,
I think it happens to everyone.
yeah, I mean you're playing this game really well actually so far, and I assume you start trolling eventually. Hmm, you're in a really bad spot here. Like
I think I have a lot of gold on me
you
there,
do,
right?
you have enough for your jungle item and
Yeah,
boots right now. So like
yeah. I do this shit all the time.
you overstay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This is so fucked up.
I think I get it because I have cryo though,
Hmm.
but still.
But then like even this stuff right here, like this is so bad. Like
Yeah, I
now,
should have recalled on the spot because I'm wasting time.
yeah, because like what happens here is like say your bot lane starts fighting, like you're gonna want to go to the play, right? And it kind of just turns into like an endless cycle of never recalling.
Yeah,
Um,
because right now if Kane shows bot down, like
you have
it's
to go.
yeah.
Yep. And then you just keep doing camps. Like you can't improve your recall unless you farm like so many camps. Like okay, so right now it costs 1,500 to get the runic echoes, and then you need 300 for boots. So your perfect recall is 1,800 gold, right?
Yeah, I'm
So
just farming for
what can you do with this other 280 gold? Nothing, right? Right
yeah.
now we're just farming camps for the sake of farming camps. And now there's a situation where like doing this is fine. Doing this is like kind of okay if like the map is like stabilized. and you only want to play on top side. But you even told me before, like, you want to be playing towards bot side, right? So as soon as you have 1800, like, you should recall and then just path top down, because now you're in a position where you're gonna recall, and if bot isn't in a really good spot, which don't get me wrong, it's shoving towards you, and if your bot lane plays properly, it'll keep shoving towards them. But based off your camps, when you recall, you're gonna go top, just based off your camps alone. I don't know. Okay, so that's good. Again,
Yeah, and
you're making a good play here. So like this is really good. Like you're, it's pretty impressive that you're just not like a fucking complete moron, which is what you know. I'm not gonna say everyone I coach is a complete moron, but people aren't like paying attention, and this is really good. So like,
okay, but I have a question.
hmm
If my bot lane would have like if they'd been losing their lanes and everything, and like Vlad doesn't have flash, like doing what I just did, greeting for all my camps and recalling with 200 gold would be fine. Like it would tell myself
it's hard to say
it
because
would like it's kind of making a decision. I would be playing top side, right? Or no?
well, okay, so you gotta think of it like this. Like this game, like even if your teammates suck, you're actually so far ahead right now that like your presence alone can win this game at this point. So the thing is when you're the strongest member of your team and you delay your recall like that, you're basically putting a timer on the map where your team can't play the game because you're the strongest person on your team, and like the enemy team doesn't know it, but like your team will technically start losing in all three lanes if you're doing this shit because you can't respond to any plays and you still have to recall. So like when you are this far ahead, you have to make sure you're not wasting any fucking time at all because you're the only chance your team has at winning. So like it's almost even worse to do this. Actually, it is even worse to do this where you're taking
When you're
camps when you're ahead because you don't need these extra camps to win. You just need to spend your money and get back on the map.
it, it makes perfect
Okay.
sense.
But this is really good. You definitely should not have W'd here. You want them to fight your bot lane here.
Oh God,
Like
yeah,
this play right here,
it's like
like ideally you want your Lucian to fucking like die here. Because you can one shot both these guys. You don't even have to charm here either. The issue with charming in general, like this is why like I always tell people to max E, because honestly, dude, your charm should not even be used like to charm people like a good majority of the time, because it's so like unrealistic that you'll even hit it in most scenarios, and honestly like you're kind of just using it incorrectly when it comes to that. What I'm trying to say is like, say your intention here is to kill Kaisa, right?
mhm.
If you charm a Kali, is she gonna dive in?
No.
No, she won't. But like you want them to go in because you're counter ganking, right? You're not here to defuse the situation. Because if you come here just to stop this die from happening, what do you get?
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
But I'm really fucking fast, so I get where
Yeah.
where you're going with this.
But like in general with your charm, like this happens like late game. Like it might even be this game where maybe you'll point it out. But you'll be like, say it's like 5v5, right? Or like
Hmm.
say it's like your team is here as four, and their team is here as four, and like Vladimir's like coming on the flank, and you're like standing here. Like if you see this fight breaking out, all you have to do is put your W on Vladimir, and then just fight the fight because he's gonna think he's gonna get charmed, and like it. The W is like more of a deterrent than it is to as like an actual CC ability. Like using your W as a zoning tool is like probably one of the best things you can use it on. Like it's like when you're playing against Morgana a lot, you know how like whenever you charm someone, like obviously she'll just black shield. Like what you can
Hmm.
do is like let's say it's Morgana right here. Like you charm Kaisa and then you just go kill Morgana because she's gonna black shield the Kaisa, right? Because
No, no, yeah, yeah, for sure. I get it.
yeah. So and again, I mean in general, there's no way putting W on her is good here. Um, you want them to commit, especially a champ like Akali who has 3,000 dashes. If she uses any of them going in, then it's harder for her to get out, and then you can easily clean this up because you're in the right place at the right time. This is like I'm actually really impressed with like how you're moving around the map right now. This is perfect play right here. But then you kind of just throw it all away by pressing W.
And I miss my Q.
Yeah, and now the play's just ruined completely. And now for you to get anything done, either these guys have to all disconnect, or you have to run to your wolves or your birds, which that's not good. But maybe someone on their team disconnects here and we get a kill. Looks like it might happen actually. Yep, Sona disconnected. Nice. Oh, Kaisa
Yes.
disconnected too. Cool.
Era should have just slowed. Or,
No, no,
I don't
no, this
know.
is fine. She had no way out. Yeah, that was totally fine. I mean, you could have slowed her too. It wouldn't have been bad. All right, so like this like ends up working out for us, but you understand how bad like this whole sequence of events was. Like
Oh yeah,
the
no, for
idea,
sure.
the idea was awesome, and this was really fucking good. But this only ends up being good because they start trolling. Like that's if your win condition is the enemy team fucking up, that's not a good win. Like what is Kane doing? Do they not know you're here? Mm,
Here I don't know why I just
you
don't
should
go
just
on
kill Akali.
Akali.
Yes. Oh
But
no.
like there's this idea in my head that like killing enemy jungler is way better because it wastes like its time more than I don't know. Like it's better for me if Kane dies, right? But he doesn't.
I mean, it's just better for you to get kills. It doesn't actually matter who you kill.
Yeah.
Like as an assassin, like even in general, like even like late game, like
Hmm.
your job as an assassin isn't to like kill the carries. Your job is to make the fight a 4v5 as fast as possible.
That was so sad.
Like you don't have to kill. Oh my god, we're spending so much time on this play. Holy fuck. It's like your map movements were so good and they still are, but like dude, we are so invested here. And it's probably gonna work. Like you'll probably end up getting a kill. Because honestly, dude, you shouldn't still be here. So they might just let you kill them now because they feel bad. Oh, this is so fucked up, man. What am I watching? Even here, like,
Yeah, why would she walk into brush?
no, I mean walking into bush there is fine because she doesn't think you're here because Sona just walked through. But like, this is something where like, oh man, we're just getting lucky. Like,
Yeah, because
this
I
is.
know if I get kills or whatever, it doesn't mean that play is good, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's so like.
Like I'm aware of that and
Yeah. Okay. So
well,
right.
at least I know it exists because if if I was aware, I would D2 art stock or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But you get what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
no, I understand. And like this is like this is just Evelynn mechanics, like in terms of like using your W here. Um but overstaying here, this is a problem that anyone who isn't like high challenger has. Like they will overstay all the time. So like I've
Hmm.
coached people in challenger, I've coached master, grandmaster, diamond, everything. People have this problem everywhere. It is what it is. Okay, so you should just recall right now because you have enough for sword
So,
shoes and
so
amp
what would
tome.
be a good like rule of thumb to know when a play is like?
Okay, so you have enough gold for like really good item, and you're so far away from your camp already. This walking from right here all the way up here is like 15 seconds of just wasted time,
Hmm.
right? So you, it's hard for you to go for another play because you don't have ult and you do have to recall eventually, right? So the thing is if
I
you
think I just end up full clearing here
again,
because.
right, but you're so fed, you cannot have this much downtime. Um, the problem here is that you already have enough gold to have a really sick buy. Like you have Sword Shoes and Amp Dome and 9 stack Dark Seal. You can actually just one shot anybody on the team with that build, right?
Hmm.
So we're trying to improve an already good recall. It's just too much. And the amount that the enemy team can push back once you're off the map is too much. Now, if you had, let's say you only had 800 gold here and you were right here after you got the kill, honestly, I'd probably still recall for Sork Shoes because it's such an important buy to get the extra movement speed to get back on the map faster. But like, you are essentially putting yourself off the table
Of the game for a
for
good
for
minute.
like 2 minutes actually because you still have to recall,
Yeah.
right?
I
And
think
like,
I end up not recalling.
right, and like
It's not
this is
yeah.
like Galio got a kill top or whatever the fuck happened. So you're adapting and you're getting the Herald. But like this is another thing where it's like if a play happens in mid lane right now, if a play happens mid, you have to go to it. And look at how much like now you have to get scuttle, right? Because it's spawn too. Oh, oh, blue spawning. Guess you got to get that now too. Like you end up trapping yourself when you could be making proactive plays you are instead just catching up on farm. Like it's so easy to get lost in
I
this. Like,
think I go
look
for
at
it.
I,
No way, man.
but for so like at this point we're pushing for Sork shoes and large rod. So um, it's 800 gold plus 1250. So you have it after this. So I hope you recall and don't go for wolves. Oh, but you're already in their jungle, so you might as well invest even more time to get the wolves, right? Like you put yourself in a position where you can't stop. Like once you start, you can't stop. All right, so you get Sork shoes and large rod, or that's fine. Okay, this is a fine back.
I,
No,
I always, if I have six Dark Seal stack, I go Magi
sure, that's fine.
Fusion.
Yep, totally fine. Okay.
Here I do blue first to get the CDR
Sure.
because I'm gonna use R. Yeah,
It's just unfortunate play. It's not really your fault.
I could have pressed W too.
I think you're just taking a greedy path. It's just unlucky. Can't really criticize you for this. This is just unlucky. Okay. This is fine. We see Kane mid, so we know it's okay. Oh no. Wait,
I
why'd you?
thought she was.
But we saw them
I,
both all.
I did.
Okay. I mean, hey,
I did.
if you
I did.
if you thought she had ult, then that's fine. Like whether she has ult or not, like yeah, technically we knew she didn't have it, but like in the heat of the moment, you forgot. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing with this play right here, like I'm not gonna criticize you for ulting like that, because like obviously like anyone can do that, but we saw Vladimir here, and we see two mid, right? You don't need to rush this play at all, right? Like either this Herald needs to get under the tower, or you need this wave to go in. There's no point in like all you have to do right now is cut off their recall, right? You don't have to walk here and start dancing on
Because
them.
I was trying to get in range for the
Oh, the
gold
play gold. Okay,
because I just pressed it and I
sure.
realized I was fucked.
Yeah, that's
So
fair. Okay, yeah, no, that's totally fair. Like obviously, like if you're paying more attention, then you wouldn't have made the mistake. But given like what you were
but
thinking, no, yeah, that was totally fine.
here it's probably another case where I just press B.
Not really. It's not a big deal. There's not really anything for you to recall for. But then again, nothing's really happening on the map either right now, so it would be okay for you to recall as well. Now you should press B because you got large rod. Okay, well I would take these two. Yeah, this is fine. I would take these and then recall. You have large rod.
I think she ends up because the champ.
Oh no. Okay, I guess we're staying and getting. I guess Ellen's just OP and low elo. Okay, large rod and Aether Wisp. Yep. You switch to blue trinket. Good. It's kind of a small thing, but you should just sell potion at this point for double pink ward. There's no reason to have potion at this point. You healed a full right now with your AP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pointless. Yep, at this point you should just be looking for picks. A lot of times when I'm in a game state like this, I'll just like kind of stand right here. Because like we recently killed their bot lane, right? Or like they were in base or something. So, like it's kind of obvious that like they're gonna like someone's gonna come here from their bot lane based off the fact that like I think we just killed Sona, right? Who did we kill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sona.
Yeah. So
Between,
what the fuck is going on my screen?
I think it's Pike.
What the fuck is this? It's like wavy and shit. Why is it doing that?
Because you clicked on Pike or something. I don't know.
Does it stop?
No, it's bugged, I think. Well,
Is it still doing it? Or am I just delusional?
no, it is still doing it.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, whatever.
It's fixed, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
I think camping here is like really good. In general, especially if you know like someone should be coming here soon. Um, unless you're like rushing to this play, But I think like rushing for this crab is pretty silly. But when you're at this stage of the game, like stalking and like just looking for random kills like this is really good. You want to spend the least amount of time like walking through river randomly, because like these are like zones right here, like right here, right here, right here. These are all zones where like they could have pink wards, right?
Mm-hmm.
In general, this game, I think their mid has had more control than your mid, and their top has had more control of your top, right? So the odds of them having stable pink ward here, here, and here are higher than normal. They could even have one here at this point because they're stronger than you right now, or like their top side stronger. Um, so like the last thing you want to do is like be taking sharp corners where they could have pink wards. Like this is really dangerous because you could actually be running into Kaisa and okay, well you actually see her. Oh no. Okay. I guess here it's not that bad because you see Kaisa, but you just want to be careful and be like really notable of like where they could have wards. I think the last game on my VOD today I was playing Evelynn. There's like a moment where they were getting dragon and then they were gonna push bot after. So
Mm-hmm.
like the way that I thought of it is like, and they had control and they're playing blue team, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
some pink words they might have would be like here, here, and we couldn't even get in. Like we couldn't even walk through here or here, right? So they might have like a pink word here, here, here maybe, and like here, and then they were gonna go bot after. So I walked through mid and I did this. I walked all the way around this way and walked all the way through here. And I was kind of banking that if they had a pink ward here, it would be moved by now, like because they were making more aggressive plays into our jungle. I walked all the way around here, walked all the way around here because why would they have a pink ward here at the stage of the game where they're sieging like up here? And I walked all the way around this way. And that's because like you have to constantly be thinking about where they can have pink wards. And like even if there isn't someone here to kill you, like you're giving away too much information to these guys when you show up on the pink if they're paying attention. Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if you are gonna walk top, you probably want to walk this way. Like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you're avoiding their potential pinks. Also Infernal map is so good for Evelynn. It's so fucking good. Because you got so many extra ways to walk now. It's so nice. And they also remove a lot of pink ward bushes with Inferno map. It's nice. So like responding to this top, like if you had any intention of going top here, going for this crab was really troll because like this probably could have been warded and this, even if it was a yellow ward, right? Because you're revealing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is pretty troll. I would have just pathed straight up here, or I would have stayed mid to like look for a random kill.
Because mid is
Because you,
like closer, so it's like less time wasted for. Does that make any sense?
yeah, I mean the reason why you set mid there specifically is just because you know their bot lane has to appear on the map soon.
I mean, they were already showed though. After I did the crowd.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's unlucky. But then you got lucky, I guess. Nice. Okay. So, this is something that is a really big thing with Evelynn that people. This is like the hard part of playing Evelynn right here. Because there's a few different things that can happen here, right? We don't know where Sona is, and you don't know how she's going to react to a W. Because she's currently kiting minions. Um, but the idea is that she probably thinks you're up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is hard about this play is that
It can go either way. Like it's kind of random, right?
right, and there's a way to force her into you here. This is kind of an awkward area of the map to do this in. Um, but not only do we not know where Sona is, but the idea behind killing people with Evelynn, with her invisibility, is not using your charm when you're behind them, or like, say they're running into you, is you don't put your W on them at all because they're currently clicking into you. Like when she kills these minions, let's just pretend nothing else in the world exists, okay? She kills these minions and there's just like a brick wall here, right? So she'll like click back here, right? Like she has
Mm-hmm.
to go this way. Or let's just pretend like she's going to click this way. You would not want to charm her then. you want to, because if the second you put your charm on her, she is aware that you're in the area, right? No matter which way you are, she doesn't know, but she's aware you're in the area, and you have to think about what that does to someone. Instantly, they're going to be more reactionary, right? Like so, if you throw a Q out, boom, they might flash it compared to just a regular Q. Like if they see a Q coming out of nowhere, it's harder to react than if the charm is on you and like they know something's gonna happen.
So
So
I just want to wait until like she clicks into me,
right, so she's
kind
gonna
of.
click into you and you're gonna click into her. So the overall like uh the circle around you is the window in which you appear is way shorter because you were clicking into each other compared to like let's say you were just chasing her, right? And you're faster than her obviously. Eventually you'll catch up to her, but she'll see you way before, right? Because you'll slowly keep creeping in on her. Like say she's
Hmm.
running this way and you're chasing her. Eventually you're going to get into her circle and like you'll catch her eventually, but like she'll see you for a good amount of time compared to like if you know she's going to click into you, you want to give her the least amount of time to react. So you guys are clicking into each other and you just QE. And since you're so fast, like it's even better if she's fast too. But since you're so fast, you will essentially appear on her, and by the time she realizes what's happening, you're literally in E range. Like you want to queue right before you converge. I talk about this a lot. It's just called like the convergence point. You want to queue right before you converge, and then like blue smite E, and there's just nothing they can do about it. But when you put this W on, you're making her alert. You're making Sona alert. Obviously she's down here, but that's not fair, right? We don't know that. You're telling Sona to get ready. You're telling Kaisa to get ready. And she has flash ult. And she has ult. And you don't have ult, right?
So ideally, there I would just like right click
Ideally, you
near
want her to
and
clear the wave. Like this is kind of a scary spot to be in, right? Um,
because Sona could be sitting and
yeah, you want to like kind of assume where she's gonna go. So that's why I said like the brick wall thing. Like in this scenario, it's hard, but there'll be easy scenarios. Like, um, let's say you were waiting mid. Remember when I was saying to wait for Sona? You know
hmm.
that if the fight's going up here, she's gonna path like this, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're standing here and she's clicking up to go this way, if you run directly at her when she's clicking up here, it's a convergence point that you know she's gonna hit. But here the issue with this convergence point is you don't know if she's gonna walk left or down, and you also don't know if Sona's here. So
Do I have enough damage to just QE her
yes,
to
you can
death?
kill her. You can. Oh, it's not even close. It's not even fucking
Because
close.
I do that thing like let's see this very corner there where the like if someone passes like from south and comes into Golem and I come from lane and like I just walk into them and QE I like the convergence point you're
Yep.
saying. I do it like sometimes, but
Yeah, this is like you just need to learn your
yeah, this
damage.
is really awkward and
Yeah, because there's two ways she can go,
mhm,
and we also don't know about Sona. So like in a perfect world, let's say you know Sona isn't here,
mhm.
then you would want to come down here first because it's obviously in fog, which is easier. But this is a tough situation right here. No matter what, Wing is bad. But typically you want to abuse the convergence point and like try to walk in a way where like you know where they're gonna walk. You always want them to click into when you're playing Evelynn. That's like the number one thing. So yeah,
Okay.
okay. That's something that I talk about probably with every single person I coach when I play Evelynn. So and that's something that I think in general people don't really talk about. So but it's legitimately the most important thing on the champion. Okay, so right now you have enough gold for your Spellbinder. Let's see what you do. Looks like
I
you're.
never go spellbinder too
Oh,
much.
you don't? Hmm. I mean,
I know you do all the time, but
yeah, it's more so like I just buy whatever I have gold for. Cause like I was saying before, like you have your power spike, right? You should just go buy it. So
yeah,
like right after you clear these camps, like you can
you would
recall,
just recall
buy
and like
Spellbinder,
fun, but
and then go to Dragon,
yeah,
and then you're already there with your spike. But instead,
and so I just keep clearing because I like doing full clears.
yeah, but like you don't need to. Like you're so fucking strong at this point.
Yeah.
You end up just missing windows, and like I'm sure you're gonna get this dragon no problem. I'm sure all this stuff's gonna go well. But like It's more like of a habit of like knowing like when you're strong enough to like not greed for all your camps. And you are so in the clear in terms of how strong you are. You're so strong. So you should be okay with like potentially giving up camps to be on the map faster.
Here I flash for a kill, but I
That's
get
fine.
nothing from it.
Yeah, I mean,
Like no objectives whatsoever.
right. But like a fight could break out, so it's not that bad, I don't think.
I think I get Sona here.
I hope so.
Like I'm
Oh,
blind, I
you weren't
guess.
paying attention. I mean, that's fine.
Gosh.
Okay. So this is like a really weird situation to be in. I'll tell you what I would do here.
You would kill Sona for sure.
Well, yes, okay. Let's pretend this guy doesn't exist because this guy doesn't exist. Whatever. When you're in this situation, what are the threats here?
Sona's done.
No, this guy
King
doesn't
over.
exist. This guy doesn't exist.
Okay, I can't.
It's just Kane W, right? So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I'd put W on Kane, but I would be going for Kaisa. So again, um,
Oh, you zone him out
so
with
so so let's think about this, right? They only see Lucian, right? They actually don't know you're
mhm,
here. So what's going on right now? Where's everyone clicking? They're clicking here, right?
towards me. Okay, yeah, I get,
So
but
you
I
W the
can't.
Kane, and then you convergence point. You abuse this right here, and this guy dies. And then by the time you one shot this guy, because you only have to QE this guy and he dies, literally, right? By the time that happens,
And
your
you
W
don't
will. Hmm?
think anyone the reflexes to just like
It's too hard. Because
down.
think about it like this, okay? He thinks it's 3v1. Like, Kaisa thinks it's 3v1. She's confidently clicking forward. So she's like probably clicking on him right now. She's not worried about what's literally right here. She doesn't think about this. She thinks about this. I promise I do this to everyone. Like, this is how I play the game. Like, I know she's clicking, and look at how she's just walking into you. She doesn't even know you exist.
And here at this moment, I press W on
Yeah,
King.
on
Maybe a
Kaisa.
little later.
You pressed it on Kaisa. Yeah. But like if you W Kane, like instantly he might like click down or something, like he might like have some doubt. But this guy is going to get one shot, 100%. And then after you one shot him, your charm will be pretty much done, like cooking, and then you'll be able to hit him with your fading Q. Like your QE will hit this guy and he'll die. And then
Yeah.
your three fading Qs, you can use that to charm this guy and then stall out.
All right.
Yeah. So again, this is another moment where the convergence thing would matter. And this is all like whenever you're playing Evelynn, all you have to think about are these little moments where they're walking into you.
Okay, okay, but here she had the reflexes, or I did it too.
Well, no, the issue is you weren't running into her. You were kind of standing still.
Really?
Kind of, yeah. Watch. Like, like,
Yeah, I kind of just stand
like you
still. You're
stand
right.
still and she clicks down, right? Like the shortest possible distance to Lucian from right here is like this, right? But if she clicks down, it's slower, right? But when she's like, and I know this might seem like I'm nitpicking, but I promise this matters. When she's running directly into a straight line, and you're running in a straight line too, it's too hard to react. When it gets
Okay, so what you're saying, if let's say there I kept running like a little downwards, like try and meet her like face to face, it would be easier to react than like literally straight lines from like when you're meeting someone front to front with Eve. Did that make any sense?
um, well, like you have to take into account with how she moved. Like with the way things are going right now, she is walking this way because she thinks Lucian's running away. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why she walks down is because this guy starts hitting this guy, right? Like she was walking this way, but then she changed. So now because of Lucian, it actually would have been better if you're like down here because it's a shorter distance.
Okay, but then Suna sees me though.
Right. Obviously, in this specific situation, it's different. I'm just trying to get the idea in your head that you
Yeah, yeah,
wanna,
no, yeah.
yeah. And then like even before this, like even a little bit before, like you probably could have W'd Kane. But the thing with Wing Kane is you just have to make the move on Kaisa before it pops, because then they'll know what direction you're in, right?
Hmm.
So, but the important thing is like if you can make it pop right when you go on Kaisa, um, your AOE will hit the charm and it'll proc it as well. Plus, if Kaisa sees that you're charming Kayn, that'll do two things. Like one, unfortunately, it'll let them know that you're here. But two, Kaisa will think you're not going for her, so she might even be more like easily to kill. Like that happens quite a bit too. But in
Okay.
general, in this situation, you don't really want anyone to know you're here. But if you're really fast, right before you hit Kaisa, you W the Kayn and then you kill Kaisa. And this is perfect right here if you walk into her. But whatever, it's fine. Well, that's a guy you will.
Yeah, I kinda always try to proc it.
Yeah, you don't need to at all. You don't need to proc your charm. You just don't have the damage because you're sitting on so much gold. Like Vlad should die to your QE here, but you're just sitting on 2200. So like this play is just hard because you're just not as strong as you should be. Okay. So what do you buy here? Death Cap, nice. Again, sell refill for pink words. Here, like, doing camps is fine, because there's, like, downtime, like, Galio's off the map, Lucian's off the map. But again, like, you can use this time just to walk here and get a kill. Obviously, it's less important right now, because Baron isn't up. I'd probably do what you're doing right now, but, you're not really looking to get any, like, there's kind of not a lot of a point to do camps right now. Um, okay, in this scenario, this is fine. What you're doing is totally okay. I'm saying in general, when you're really far ahead, you should just be looking for plays more so than catching up on your farming. But this is fine. What you're doing right now is totally fine. I'm saying in general, because like we only have 2 games to go over basically with coaching. I was trying to
Hmm.
like give you advice that will you can apply to as many games as possible. So this is fine. You're gonna take Herald here probably. Actually, no, you don't have time. Yeah, this. I mean, what you're doing right now is fine. I know it seems kind of troll because like you're running around the map and shit, but you're trying to do Baron because Kane's bottom and Akali. That's fine. Wait. Oh, you should have done Baron. Vlad is dead with no TP, and you see Kane and Akali bot.
I think I ping it and like see the chat is on the way. I ping it,
Uh huh.
but
Well, I mean, you
I
pinged
ping my
it.
team.
You pinged it, but then
Yeah.
you ran this way. Like, you can even just start it. Like, you can just start it. It's not the end of the world. Like this guy's clearly coming. This guy's clearly coming.
I think I thought they would know and like face check us and I get the
Right.
kill or
No, that's
something.
fair. Playing for face check is fine. Um, but at the end of the day, like Sona and Kaisa cannot stop you. You should just be trying to do it before these guys get over to Baron. Like you have a window right now to do Baron. This
Yeah.
isn't like this isn't like 35 minutes in and like it's 5v5 and like you don't know who's gonna face check. You're not wrong. There's a chance that someone will face check here. Um, but right now this is like a window where like you can get Baron and you might not have this window like in the future. Also, it's just completely free if you try to get it. But looking for a pick here is nice in general, but this is a missed opportunity. Again, you don't ever charm here. Like this is another situation where um, you don't even necessarily have to walk into her either. Let me show you. Okay, we're just gonna ignore the fact that you charmed her. So she's standing here, and Sona's here. Eventually, this guy's gonna click somewhere. Like, eventually, he's gonna click somewhere. Um, if he clicks downward, then the kill's bad. If he clicks left, the kill's bad. But like, this guy isn't just gonna sit here and let you kill him most of the time. If you're gonna go for this, you kind of have to like Q flash E, right? Like that's kind of like the only way you're gonna kill this guy, unless he's like actually DC'd. Um,
Hmm.
but like something that you can do is if you let him go forward and then you charm him, where's he gonna go?
Downwards
Right,
towards me.
and then you have the
Yeah, the
the convergence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you like this is it's just a big deal. So here it's like if you kill this guy, like it's just pretty hard to kill this guy. Like, if you have flash, maybe, because then you can like Q flash E and he'll die. But someone is trolling again. Kane is still bottom, so we should do Baron again. Okay. I mean, you guys are fine here. Yeah, you're doing good. Good position. This is where it gets kind of scary. I guess you have a ward in here, so you know this isn't pinged. This is definitely scary positioning. So, like, you have to think about. I know it might seem like I'm just being unfair because I can see this pink ward, but you do not see if there's a pink ward. Actually, you might actually see it because they put a ward down in there, or they put it in there. Maybe you aren't paying attention, but yeah. So technically, you could have seen it. Honestly, I might not have seen this pink ward, but what I would have known for sure is that when I walk through here, you know this isn't warded, you know this can be warded, and you know this can be warded, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but we know we have a safe walkway here, and we don't know if we have a safe walkway here. So this is a scenario like this, but you could make the argument this is pinked. In that case, you should just be hugging the top side of this wall if you believe that. But we know this isn't pinked. I would probably play into this because again, there's a chance like after this play happens, you know, people like to shove in mid and then they like to go for plays. Also, I don't think they're gonna just go for Baron either. I don't think they can just do Baron with their team, so they're probably just gonna go mid wave. And again, if you walk behind them, you can create another convergence point because Kaiser's gonna go farm this wave. You press W on her. She doesn't think you're behind. She thinks you're back here with her team or with your team. So
Mm-hmm.
you have another opportunity. Plus, you can even look for Sona potentially. But this walking right here is really risky because we don't know if it's pinked or not. Wait, how the fuck did you guys see that pink? What? How's she just autoing it? What the hell is that shit?
She's hacking.
Also, you gotta be careful here. Like, they definitely saw Cassio, and you're kind of just okay with that.
Because I'm thinking they're gonna face check and I just QER or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, sure. I mean, that's fine, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if like Kaisa W did or something, or like Vladimir E's when he's walking in, or that.
Then I just run into Akali and
Mm-hmm.
die.
Overall, not bad. They get Baron, nice.
I think here it's pretty troll to go Drake because I don't have R.
Yep. You shouldn't be playing for the objective then. You should be playing for a pick here, because this is one of the best parts of Evelynn. Um, and this is something I do a lot with Baron too. So like, since Dragon's up right now, you know people are gonna walk in like this, like around this corner. Like this is a really easy convergence point that you can abuse because you know they have to walk in this way. And you also know that they're focusing on the dragon, right? So people are by default, depending on where the setup is, right? But right now they see your people here. Um, I think they might know Galio's dead or something. They don't see Lucian yet, but you can abuse the fact that you know they want to walk into dragon as a convergence point to get a kill. So like when you're late game on Evelynn, you don't actually want to be hitting the objective most of the time. You want to be sitting in these
I
zones.
mean, here even if I walk into Akali, she doesn't die.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah. If
just
you had ult, she would. But the point is like, I think what you did here was totally fine. The issue is like if you feel like you're forced to like hit the objective, then it's bad. But if you can sit on the side, it doesn't matter because you're so fed you can just one shot without ult. Most of the time.
so like, why does this play go bad then? If what I did is fine. Just because I didn't add hard, basically.
Let's just see. Collie's out of the fight. Cassio misses ult. I mean, you guys are just outnumbered, no?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I mean you're outnumbered and like you can't really commit much more than you already did because you wasted your initial burst on a collie, which is fine. Your burst on a collie is fine.
Here I get played.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do here. Yikes.
They were typing in our chat how good Akali was, but
Yeah, I mean it's just your team kind of
there's
your
no.
team really fucked that up honestly. I think sitting here and getting this burst on a collie is fine, but then you should just play to like delay your ultimate. Like you get this burst on a collie, and then you want to back up, which I don't think no matter what you did here, you could have saved what your team did. Your teammates hard inted. But in general, what your play is you try to one shot someone who face checks, and
Mhm.
then whether that works or not, you just back up and try to stall your ultimate. You hitting a collie to make her 300 HP is essentially the same as killing her because she can't fight anymore. Obviously, she ended up fucking murdering everyone this game or this fight, but that's because people really fucked up on your team. But when you're in a position like this, like talking about consistency and stuff that you can do in future games, when you're in a position where you're stalling for your ultimate, um, getting this chunk on someone and then playing back is like basically the same as killing them, because they're too low to fight again, and you're kind of just waiting for your ult anyway. So I think what you did here was really good. It's just unlucky. It was just unlucky fight.
Here I knew Kaiser would walk in. For
Yeah. For some reason, it seems like you use your Q really slowly. Like your first Q is fine, but then it doesn't seem like you're hitting Q really fast after. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like I've noticed it a lot this game. Like that took like a fucking half a second for you to use that second Q. You need to fucking hit your keyboard harder. Like no joke, because it actually seems like you're really lazy. Like
because I probably thought I would kill her with just
it doesn't.
QE.
Yeah, that's what it looks like exactly. But you cannot be like that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
Like there she didn't walk into me though.
no, but
Like she
because
had
Pike
the
trolled.
reflexes.
Because Pike trolled.
Really?
So like what? Yeah.
Because like I told you I did
Yeah,
this
this is fine.
sometimes.
This is perfect right here. But Pike ruins the game. He's really bad.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get
Because he
it.
sees her, she sees him, so he just knows. She knows to click
Okay,
away.
so she doesn't react to me
No,
there.
no, no.
She
She reacts to
reacts
the
to
fight.
Pike. Wow.
Yeah, because she would have died to
Um,
you. 100% you kill her here. Even if she ults you, she dies because your E will go off. She can't ult that
I
fast.
guess I overestimate the actual time people have uh like
Well, it's
process
just it's not even
if I
just
walk
that.
in.
It's not even just that, man. You have to think about it like this, right? Like, let's say you're playing Sona and you're clicking up here.
Hmm.
You just cannot. Like, it's hard to do this. Like,
Yeah.
it's just hard. Like, it's just hard to.
What DPI do you play, by the way? Just
Oh, I
out
play
of
I play on
context.
2400.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, no, mine's really
I
fast.
used to play on 800.
Yeah, no, mine is like fast compared to what a normal person would do, but um,
I'm at 1500 right now.
right, yeah. So most people are pretty low in general, and just
I think most good players have IDPI.
uh, I mean, when it comes to FPS
I
games,
know
they
it's a
don't.
pretty. Yeah, I know, but here I touch with the old. It's.
Your cues just come out so late. It's really weird.
Um,
I notice it. Like I haven't mentioned it yet because like I was just like I didn't know if like I was just making like I was just making it up, but I'm actually seeing it now. It's not a big deal. You just gotta hit your keyboard harder, literally. Again, perfect convergence. Yep. Good stopwatch. Oh, that was good. All right, what are we looking at here? So what are you trying to buy here? I'm saying void staff.
I go with void.
Okay. So you bought stopwatch because you had the gold, but you plan on selling it.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Here, okay, I trolled pretty hard there. To be fair, just pressing R for that kill. There's no objectives and everything. It's like, right? Like going for Akali is pretty bad there.
Mm, I mean, the thing is, like, you don't need your ulti to get kills right now. Like, you are really, really strong. So just killing
I mean,
her.
it's what I'm saying. Like I could be looking for someone
Well, yeah,
else.
but the
Like
thing is, if you
I could
kill
have just
her,
passed.
your team can go mid as like 4 or 5, and then while she's dead, you make a play happen. Like even if it's just for one turret, like just making the game 5v4 is really useful. Going for a call there is totally fine.
Okay, but did I fucked up
I mean,
mechanically
yeah,
there?
like you missed your Q.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
well.
you just fucked up mechanically, like on the execution. I think the idea was fine. Get fucking trolled.
Nice
Yeah,
champ.
you're just trolling. Is this where you guys start losing the game? I would assume so. You kind of just ran it the fuck down. Nice champ, he says. I mean, you don't have all. I don't know what you kind of. I actually don't know what you expected here, but
Yeah.
I think at this stage of the game, like, you should just back and sell your stopwatch and get a large rod and then a blue pot or whatever. Because you could have like 100 more AP right now. You could have 100 more AP instead of the fucking stopwatch.
Yeah, that was true.
Like, you just want to play for Baron right now. Like, yeah, I mean, you kind of just like inted. Like, if this is really like your big problem isn't this int right here. Like, yeah, this is an issue, and like this might lose you the game, right? But this isn't like your issue in the game. Your issue in the game is the whole overstaying thing, and just not understanding like how to properly assassinate people on this champion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So even if you like,
I think that like yeah. Well, whatever. Just keep going.
okay,
I'll
even
see after
even
this
if
one.
like even if you like started running it down from here on out, like that it wouldn't even be a topic of discussion, because the stuff that you need to improve on is what I already talked about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like if like you running it down right here, I don't really care about. Like
I
this isn't gonna make you a better
yeah.
or worse
No,
player.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Cool.
Okay. What I was trying to say before, like,
Uh huh.
my brain exploded. Um, dude, my English is way better than usually, just because it's like okay, whatever. I think what makes like a good jungler is like being and stuff. So I'm really trying to like improve on that.
Being what? Sorry.
Efficient, like not
Efficient. Yeah.
wasting
Yeah. Okay.
time, like backing at like
Mhm.
exact goal values and stuff.
Yeah. I mean that's like literally when
My is it the difference between like high elo and low elo, or
literally
like
yeah, like the two biggest things I would say are learning how to not waste time and learning how
mm-hmm.
to recall properly. Those are the two biggest things. Like people don't know how to recall. I mean, you don't know how to recall either. Like
Because
that's a big issue.
yeah, I totally agree. I
Sure.
don't know how to play honestly.
You're also like, I guess you're sitting on Zonias. Or you're trying to get Zonias because you didn't sell your stopwatch or anything.
Yeah, maybe because I didn't had enough gold for void staff, so I thought
Right. Yeah. I guess Void Staff is fine. I like since you were so far away from Void Staff before, like the last fight, when you were kind of waiting for stuff to happen, and then like before you ran it down, I would have just sold my broken stopwatch for a large rod and
and then come
a
back
blue
on that.
pot. Yeah.
Okay. blue pot because you're gonna stay and make the 500 gold anyways.
Yeah, and like the game's probably gonna be over. Like,
Uh, I here my E got canceled. Otherwise, I would have killed them. I think.
yeah, when you're playing against champs like this or like Thresh, you need to just let them E you first or like W you first, or like be prepared to
Yeah, I
flash.
just W and like yeah, fake. I go and go out.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of troll.
I guess I was pretty tilted
Yeah, I
too.
can just tell. Yeah, I mean, this play right here,
That's a huge problem too. Like yeah,
you start playing bad when
I
you're
know
actually
it's
mad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know it sounds dumb, but like I think it's what got me to climb after after D4. I don't know. Like being able to like play at your best even when you're mad and stuff. I think it's
Yeah. I mean, I can't really give much advice on that subject. It's just more so like personally, like I'll like get verbally mad at the game, like when I'm streaming, but like I try
hmm
not to let it affect my gameplay. Like if I'm actually tryharding, I don't let it affect my gameplay. Like sometimes when I'm streaming, if I'm playing on like a low elo count and like
hmm
shit's happening, I'll just start talking in chat instead of trying on the game. And like it's better than like me sitting there raging on my teammates. Like obviously
hmm
like I've given up on the game, but like I can at least just like talk to chat and stuff like that. So it's like a good outlet when you're streaming. Okay. So you're still sitting on soft watch? Yeah, you're just waiting for void staff, I guess. It's fine. But you should be buying blue pot. Every time you die, you should be buying blue pot. Actually, it might even be worth it for you to summon Jais just to get the void staff. Yeah, if you still sell Majais, get void staff, and then
Yeah, at this point it's
maybe even sell
yeah.
stopwatch for blue pot after too. Like you just need to be as strong as possible. Like you have died twice now with this amount of gold. Like you are not getting anywhere. You're not getting stronger, but the enemies all are every time you refight. Because you aren't changing your build. Like you're not buying a different
Yeah, yeah.
item. Because you're just coming in, and since you have Magi's, you're actually coming into the fight weaker every time, and they're coming into the fight stronger. And now, don't get me wrong, the last two fights weren't based off being strong or weak. They were just based off like misexecution. But it does matter when you're coming to fights stronger or weaker. And yeah, it's pretty bad to sit on this gold in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just about like playing
Okay, this is good. You guys should get free
correctly.
Baron now. This is really good. But
But
you
we
guys fuck up
do.
pretty badly. Lucian's going top. Okay,
I
yeah.
think
I
I
mean,
just get out.
hmm?
I kind of trolled there,
You
just
did
running
troll
out.
here, yeah. Like, we're not in a rush. You have 40 seconds on a Akali. Like, this would be a scenario where, like, let's say you could communicate with your team. Like, so you make this pick on a Akali, right?
hmm
What does your team want to do after you make that pick?
Yeah, I should just wait for all my team.
Right, but, like, what does your team want to do after you make this pick on a Akali?
Baron,
Right. So what does the enemy team think you want to do?
Baron.
Right. So, like, this is when you go for a pick. Because this is when they think you're going to go hit Baron. So they don't think that you're flanking them right now, right?
So you would have just went mid and
Maybe I would just maybe chill here, and then this is like at this stage of the game, unless you're rushing Baron, you don't want to be hitting it because you need to be in a position. Because if you're hitting Baron, you can't kill anyone,
hmm
right? Because you can't stealth. Your E's probably down, and your W might even be down. But you kind of just let your team tank it with like Cassio can do it pretty fast. You have, I mean, these champs are pretty bad, but you have Cassio, and Lucian will come eventually. But this would be a good time to just kind of chill in mid and like wait for like maybe one of these guys will walk up and hit it, and if not, then they're gonna walk in, and once they walk in, it's very hard for them to fight.
hmm
But engaging on them when they're the ones that have to walk in is pretty troll, unless they're walking into you and you can find a convergence point.
Okay. So I just have to look for a pick or convergence point if like they're walking into us and stuff.
Yeah,
Or I wait for my team to like
or you wait for
engage.
your team, but like you have
Yeah.
32 seconds, and this is like this is the most
So you would
obvious
just
and
find
dangerous time.
okay, yeah.
I would
And I just
go ahead.
end up trolling because I lose the game there
Yeah.
pretty much. Like I get ult and it's pretty much done for me at this point.
Yep. You guys can't Baron anymore, and they get to retake the map. Like you could even like since it's infernal, you could even walk over here.
Yeah, true.
You just gotta like, you just gotta do what they don't expect you to do. Like they don't expect you to stay mid. They expect you to run a Baron. So you just need to
Because
abuse
I
that.
played the game pretty well in quotes of Like there's plenty of mistakes,
Oh
but
no,
that's
you did
just
it. I'm not even joking. Like you are probably one of the better players I've ever coached, just in terms of how you're actually moving around the map. The big issues is like you ran it down right here and you ran it down right here. Like these aren't things that I can coach. Like these are just mistakes, like silly mistakes that you make.
hmm
This is nothing, none of your concern. Like not dying here, like, you would win this game if you didn't die here, but you're not going to be a better or a worse player because you died here, right? Being a better or a worse player
I mean,
is knowing.
I could argue that the better player wouldn't die
Oh,
there.
of course. But like when it comes to
Like
like,
I can still hold myself accountable for
yep,
these mistakes.
I agree. But in the grand scheme of things, this individual game doesn't actually matter that much. It's about finding consistency in your play.
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Like I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like for time being, and like recalling at the like correct times and just playing the game properly in
Yep.
general. Like,
Because you already have a lot of the good stuff down. Like you're very
mhm.
aware. Um, I mean, that's that on God. That is like pretty much a lot of it is. You don't seem to waste too much time. I know this game you had like this tragic bot play where you wasted a ton of fucking time, but like in terms of like jungle sense and like understanding like where you need to be on the map, you are actually a good player. It's just the things like recalling and knowing what to do with your items. Like this shit is like really stupid. Like you shouldn't be
Mhm.
sitting on this.
I'm gonna go pee, okay, real quick.
Okay.